Just be out with us to the Oasis of the Seas by Royal Caribbean. In this video, we're giving you the entire tour of this massive cruise ship.
So without further ado, let's get into it.
We're starting on technically deck 18, but there is no elevator going up this deck. Why? Because here is only slides. So in order to get to this level, you have to take the stairway, and there are 3 slides going up. But from here, we just wanted to show you the view of the cruise ship from the top 18th floor.
And again, the only reason you would actually be coming up here is to take these 2 massive slides all the way down to the bottom.
Well, the slides go to deck 16. So we're going to take these stairs and we'll see you on deck 16. And we took the stairs all the way down to deck 15. These 3 slides actually go 3 floors down, 18, 17, 16, and now we are on 15. The reason why we actually skipped floor 17 entirely is because it is reserved for the suites guests only. They have their own private solarium with pools and jacuzzi. They have a private restaurant that is only reserved for suite guests only. So whoever don't have the card for suites were not allowed to enter. And now we are entering the solarium area on deck 15. This is a really large jacuzzi with just 4 steps up, and it has TVs, it has a beautiful sunroof, and it actually overlooking the side of the ship. And this solarium area is reserved for guests 16 plus only. It has a lot of nice comfortable furniture to lay out and have some sunbeds.
Really one of the favorite places for adults here. It's really nice. And
they have a lot of real plants planted all around the solarium. The solarium area is actually taking up 3 floors. Deck 15, we're here and at the front of the ship. Deck 16 and the deck 17 that I mentioned before, that is reserved for suite guests only.
You also have access from the solarium to the very front of the ship, which is where we will take a look at. And of course they have chairs here, and it's just an open area, scenic, where you can, when the ship is coming into port, you got a lot of people kind of just standing here watching the ship dock. Right now we are currently, as Irina mentioned, docked in St. Thomas, and I'm going to show you what it looks like.
It's really cool. The ship docks right at the port, where you can just walk around, get excursions, shops. They greet you with a band. They they still have some stilt walkers there. And the reason why we're not getting off the ship today is because we actually vacationed in St. Thomas before we stayed here for the entire week, and we have done so many activities. If you're new to our channel, my name is Irina and my fiance Devon is behind the camera. And we are Just Be Out. We create informative travel videos to help you get the most out of your vacation. So in this video, not only we're giving you the entire tour of the ship, but we also want to share our experience with you on cruising during the pandemic. And I know you're wondering about the vaccination and COVID testing. Well, all the guests currently for the Royal Caribbean must be vaccinated at least 14 days prior to departure. And not only that, you're still required to get a test at least of 48 hours. Well, for children who are not allowed to get vaccinated, which is under 12-year-old, they have to take a test at least 72 hours prior to the departure, and the cruise line will still test them right before boarding on the ship for free. This solarium area also has a Solarium Bistro. Let's pop in there and show you the food options. This bistro specializes more on the Mediterranean cuisine, and they are open for breakfast, lunch, and dinner, I believe. So for dinner, it works here a little bit differently, even though it is a buffet. But for dinner, you can just pick your appetizers and desserts by yourself, and you will be presented with a menu for entrees. Also over here in this area, they have a little area for chef's table. So this is a specialty area where you can book a separate dinner for your chef's table. And I believe chef's table is about $100 per person. So what also is different sailing during COVID is that all the vaccinated passengers will be required to wear these wristbands, which you will get while you're boarding. And also, excuse me, thank you. What's a little bit different while boarding and checking in is before you even check in, they stop you and they check your vaccination records and they check your test results before you even get to the check-in area. And when they check your vaccination records, they give you these wristbands. And here is another area with exactly the same jacuzzi setup that we showed you before on the other side of the ship. It has a few steps up, and it is pretty large and overlooking the ocean. It is really beautiful. So we just looped through the front of the ship. This is another slide here, and it's really cool because you see underneath they have lounging chairs, but they're all covered with this cool designs here. So it's a lot of fun and it looks much better. Here they have a lot of tables for you to have lunch, and on this side, this is where they have two of the slides here. There is a swimming pool here, and they have another swimming pool on the other side of the deck, but we will show it to you a little bit later once we go all the way around the ship. We will go to deck 16 right after we finish going around deck 15. So here you have another jacuzzi.
And this is the smoking area of the ship. So all you smell is smoking cigars.
And here is lime and coconut bar. If you have a drink package, you can get your drinks here and relax on the sun deck here. And now we are approaching the sports pool.
As you can see, there's another jacuzzi here tucked in the corner. So this cruise ship is definitely not short of jacuzzis. A lot of cruise ships only have 4 jacuzzis, 2 on either sides, but as you can see, this ship is just massive.
This ship also has 5-star PADI certification. And here we're passing by a ping pong table, which we will be playing a little bit later.
Oh, it sounded like a blender.
And now we're making our way towards the back end of the ship.
So here you would enter towards the elevators. And here's behind is a portside barbecue grill. It's gonna be a little bit loud, so we're just gonna go through it really fast, but we do have to wear masks. So there are tables alongside the windows, and inside this is one of the specialty restaurants This is barbecue restaurant. You have cool cactus designs here, and you can order stuff here a la carte. And you also have combos here. It's not too expensive. It's about $10 to $15 per plate. And they have live music here playing.
Sit beside the front porch swing, living on love. What's up? Can't see.
And this is another seating area for the portside barbecue. It's a really cool design restaurant. And now we are towards the back of the ship where you can find miniature golf.
Oh yeah. So Irene and I were here last night playing miniature golf. It's really cool. It's 9 holes of miniature golf. Definitely something for kids and adults alike. It's called Oasis Dunes. And now we're approaching the very tail end of the ship. And there you see some staterooms.
They're not stateroom, I think they're suites.
Right there you see some suites.
And the awesome feature this ship offers is flow riders. You can learn to surf or bodyboards. Right now we're at port, so it is closed. And not only they have 1 flow rider, but they have 2 flow riders here.
And here's a beautiful view of St. Thomas and its aqua waters.
The water looks gorgeous. And here is
One of the main attractions.
Ultimate Abyss Slide. It is a huge slide. Right now it's closed again because of the port. Right across from it there is a wipeout bar.
And here's the second flow rider.
So one of changes that Royal Caribbean implemented is the shows reservations. So they have shows separated for vaccinated passengers and non-vaccinated passengers. Since the non-vaccinated passengers are only the kids, they have shows just for families with unvaccinated children, and you can book the shows through Royal Caribbean app, where they have a marker for vaccinated guests and non-vaccinated guests. The main dining area is separated the same way. You have a specific dining area for only vaccinated guests and a separate dining area for families with unvaccinated children.
And as you can see here, that is actually a zip line that goes straight across, and that is what it looks like below as you're zip lining, and you end up on that side where that red platform is.
I'm actually surprised that all this type of activities are closed right now, because I was planning to do the zip lining and the flow rider while everybody else is in port and it's not busy. Right now we are approaching another free restaurant that you can take.
And here's the basketball court as well that we just finished passing. And this is ALOOHA Fresh. Here it's a Mexican themed restaurant.
And this restaurant is complimentary for all the guests.
And here's the salsa station where you can have all your toppings. Quesadillas, tacos. Get your Mexican fix on.
And they actually have the press for tortillas, so it is made
There's
fresh.
burritos, quesadillas.
Thank you.
Whenever you hear music and it's not live or it's recorded, we gotta boogie out of there. And don't talk when we're there, because if we need to edit it out, we can do so.
So here is another cool feature that Royal Caribbean offers is the unboxed vending machine for your necessities. Here you can purchase any type of sunscreens, tampons, phone accessories, band-aids, any type of over-counter medication,
Allergy medicines.
and toothpaste. And here
And also they have a cool feature where you can charge your phone. So you don't have to go to your room. Just bring your phone in here and you can actually charge it. As you can see, someone's phone is in there right now.
and it's free.
Yep.
So next, right next to it, there is an arcade.
Oh, yeah.
Oh. Challenger's Video Arcade. But, oh, okay, it's open. So you have to wear the mask here. And some of the machines actually not available for social distancing. They just walk through and see what kind of games they have here. And the way it works here is that you can just tap your room key card over here, and here you can see how many credit it costs. It actually translates, the credits translates 1 for 1, so $1 is 1 credit. So in my opinion, this is one of the more expensive arcades. On this side, you have another ping pong table. So there are actually 2 ping pong tables on each side. And here we are approaching Baby Splash Zone. And this is a splash away bay, water slides, and just a playground for kids. You
And
have
it's kind
kids.
of like, it reminds me of a smaller like replica of the splash bay in CocoCay.
Yes, they have buckets that tilt over, lots of fountains, and kids love.
Great for the kids, yes.
This is another side of Lime and Coconut Bar. And we just completed the tour of deck 15, guys. So now we're going to take the stairs to deck 16. Here's a station to get towels, and you do need to present your room key to get the towel, and when you return you also need to show your room key again.
Now we're going one up to deck 15 because the slide actually brought us down 2 decks.
There is another Lime and Coconut Bar here on deck 16.
It's a smaller one.
And I really love how colorful this ship is. It's really fun and beautiful. Here you have another whirlpool jacuzzi.
So if I'm counting correct, we had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 so far. This is the 7th jacuzzi.
And we are heading towards the front of the ship to another portion of the solarium. Here again you have lots of lounge and chairs, and you can actually overlook the pool from here.
And this was the level we were just on.
And the cool feature about this pool is that the water goes all the way here. You see all the blue area is where the water goes, so your feet don't get hot. and some of the loungers actually stay in the water.
As you can see, some of the people from off the cruise, they're actually heading on to some type of a catamaran ride. And again, that is the main entrance and exit of the cruise.
They're probably going snorkeling.
They are both massive slides.
And from here you can see that deck 17, the private area of the solarium and the restaurant. And these stairs are actually blocked by the doors, and you have to put your room key in order to enter. This deck is reserved for Star, Sky, and Pinnacle members.
And now we are entering the solarium again, this time from one floor above. And as you can see, there's the jacuzzi that we passed originally, one of the jacuzzis off to the side.
And it's really cool because this jacuzzi, even though it is massive, it is still separated, and there are seats inside the middle.
Yes, really nice jacuzzis. So again, we were just down there a little while ago. That's also the solarium, just the bottom floor of the solarium where we walked around.
Deck 15.
Deck 15, correct. And now this is one deck up.
This is deck 16.
And this deck is more loungy, a lot of lounge chairs and stuff.
Right now they have a lot of furniture put away, but it is normally all set up.
This is the way to get down to the lower level where we were. And of course there's a bar here as well.
And I just wanted to give you a little tip, guys. If you are planning to purchase a drink package, if you've cruised before, you know that the drink package must be purchased for all of the adults in the room. And if you did not purchase your package on the very first day when you board, right away they will give you a special. When you buy one drink package, for the second passenger, adult passenger, the drink package will be 50% off. And we just looped around the front of the ship, and this is another way where you can see the jacuzzi overlooking the side of the ship.
This is the restroom.
And again, all along this boardwalk you can lounge in the chairs, and inside this loungers, they normally put the cushions so you can relax in here as well and look over in the ocean. From this side of the boardwalk, you can see the other side of the pool.
And we remember coming in to St. Thomas, and we noticed that where we docked is a different docking area than where all the other cruise ships. So if you've come here before on a cruise ship and you notice the dock looks different from what I just showed you a little while ago, that is because we were told that the dock was just built specifically for this ship because it's so massive that it needed its own dock. So it's pretty much a brand new dock, and it's not where all the other ships would be.
This is another part of Lime and Coconut Bar, and here you also have stairway to the 15th floor. Since a lot of shows require reservations, we actually met some of the passengers who weren't able to make reservations because all the shows were booked out. If you've been watching our Instagram stories, we showed you the theaters are actually about 30% capacity, so they want plenty of distancing and plenty of space between passengers, so they limit the capacity. So be sure to book all the shows before you board. And this is Windjammer Marketplace.
Welcome, guys.
Thank you. So to enter the buffet area, you have to wash your hands here in the washing stations. And again, you have to present your room key. So this is a main buffet area for all the passengers. I really love the decorations. Look at the lamps right here. So they have a lot of food options, and we are actually pretty impressed by the food here on this ship. We have sailed on our previous ship, we have sailed on the Norwegian, and if you have seen our vlogs, we sailed right when the pandemic actually developed and we got stuck in the ocean and no country would allow us to disembark. So we will link that vlog below, and we were highly disappointed by the food, but food here on the Royal Caribbean is actually really good. We are very pleased.
And what we noticed, there are waiters walking around with trays of drinks, so technically you don't even really have to get up to get your drinks. They will come to you and ask you if you want drinks.
Yes, this is one of the actually cool features here, that they bring you drinks while you're eating, and all the stuff is super genuine and nice. And not only the waiters, we see other people with higher rankings actually would come and pick up any napkins, any dishes that are left over, and they take away the dirty dishes really fast for you as well.
So here's the beverage station. They have things pre-poured, which is really cool. Thank you.
So this ship is really big. It has the capacity for 5,400 passengers, but right now we asked the guest services, there are 3,497 passengers on board of this ship, but the actual staff, the service staff, is 2,200 staff catering for almost 3,500 passengers. So this is it for deck 16 for the Windjammer. I just wanted to show you this cool boards that you find next to each elevator. And what's unique about this is they actually show you these little icons on every floor, so you can quickly identify this is the Central Park. We will get there later. This is for the Boardwalk and the main Royal Promenade. So this is really cool. Right now we already did the deck 15. And we're quickly going to hop on deck 14, but stay with us for this because I also want to show you a really cool feature that the elevators have. So upon entering every elevator, you have the red light for going down, and you have each day here on the floor. Right now it's Wednesday, and they change the day so you will never get confused. Another thing is you can press the elevator instead of buttons. It's a touch screen. I really like the technology here. This ship actually also has another board, and it's really convenient. It shows that where you are on the ship. It shows the back of the ship, the front of the ship, and we are here. And this side of the ship features the escape room. Here's the escape room on the back of the ship of deck 14, but you do have to pay for it. Now let's go to the front of the ship of deck 14. We're now in the front of the ship of the deck 14, and this is where you find ocean adventure. This is an area for your kids, but if we turn this way, it's really cool because you can see the Central Park. It's located right in the middle of the ship. We will go there a little bit later. It's a beautiful view. So we're just going to show you quickly what this theater, there is a AO theater. We're not gonna go inside the room, but this is for juniors from 3 to 5 years old. This is a little AO theater for kids. Remember, you have to register your kids when you go to the cruise. It's a really cool display, and there are some more rooms for kids play place. You can really see it much right now because it's dark, and there is one more room, and it's a workshop room. Okay, so now let's go down on the lower levels. Okay. We're now on deck 9 at the back of the ship. There's actually no deck 13 here on this ship. Deck 12 and 11 only have card rooms, and deck 10 only have state rooms. Here at the back of the ship on deck 9, there is a music hall. It actually takes up 2 floors. On deck 9, there is a small area with just pool tables, and there is a spiral stairs down towards the bar and the stage where they have live bands and music, and it leads you to deck 8 where you will find Central Park, and that's where we're taking you right now. Another COVID protocol that Royal Caribbean has implemented is spacing off chairs and tables in the common area. There are reserved signs in between tables for social distancing. And we are now on deck 8 at the back of the ship. We're just going to pass the elevators here and head to Central Park. Central Park is one of my favorite areas here on the ship. And it's cool because it is completely open air. If it's raining, you get umbrellas here, complimentary. And all the greenery here is actually a real thing. And that's really cool because we are outdoors. And here on deck, we are on deck 8 right now. On deck 9, you have this little public balcony where you can just go and hang out and stay here overlooking the Central Park area. It's a lot of little details here. Even like this on this lamp, you see little animals, insects placed here.
And in the evening time especially, they play this
Cricket
audio
sound.
of crickets, and it's really,
You can
really
play
cool.
games here. It's all complimentary. Here at Central Park, you can find different restaurants. Here is 150 Central Park restaurant. It is a specialty dining restaurant. If you have a specialty dining pass, it is included, or you can also purchase it separately for $49 per person.
What's cool about Central Park is that all these plants that you're seeing here, they're not fake, guys. They're actually, it's real plants. As you can see, they are watered all the time. There's actually soil. It's really cool. It's especially nice during the evening times when you walk out here, the ship is moving and you feel the cool breeze. It's really, really, really nice.
Has a lot of little alleys here in the evening.
Places
You have a
to sit.
photographer standing here and taking photos of passengers. It's really beautiful. I love Central Park in New York, and this ship gives me a really cool feel as well. And it's actually right in the center of the ship. If you look up on the left and on the right side, there are actually cabins with balconies. So if you do book a cabin with a balcony, you need to make sure to specify whether it's the inside balcony or the outside balcony. Here is another specialty restaurant. It's called Giovanni's Table. It is only open for dinner, and it is $44.99 per person, or it is also included with your specialty dining pass. Another COVID implemented protocol here on the ship is limitation on how many people are allowed to go into the shows and restaurants as well. So for restaurants, you do need to make reservations as well. This is Vintage's wine bar where you can get a la carte wines and tapas as well. And now we are going to walk around the other side of Central Park. Hello. Here you would take the elevators, and there is a shop with
Jewelry.
John Hardy jewelry.
So we're actually just looping around now. We're on the opposite side, going back the way we came.
And there is also Tiffany. If you haven't cruised before, all the shops, duty-free shops during port times are closed. And there's Central Park Library. Just can take a quick peek. There are no books here, but at least there are outlets and tables where you can, if you need to, you can get some work done on your computer.
And as you may notice, we've passed so many of these, and of course these are hand sanitizers.
Washy all the time. And we're passing another lounging areas. And another protocol for the cruise ship with COVID is the sticker for the tables that they are actually ready and sanitized for you. And this is Park Cafe. It is another complimentary restaurant. It is only open for breakfast and lunch. Let's go inside and take a look what they have here.
Welcome.
Thank you.
So here we see that you have some salads and different toppings. Potato chips, sandwiches. These are the different type of sandwiches they offer, like grilled panini, ham sandwiches, turkey sandwiches, wraps. And here you have some desserts. And of course there's table seating. Thank you.
So it's really cool. If you get any food from Park Cafe, you can actually dine outside in Central Park.
Look at this entire wall filled with plants. It's so cool. And then a bar.
There is definitely no shortage of bars here on the ship.
Definitely.
And we are passing by another specialty restaurant. It's called Chop's Grill. I really like the design. This feels secluded, a little bit more fancy and upscale, and it is $54.99 per person. And we circled.
The maintenance on the plants is actually being done daily.
We circled the entire Central Park. We started on deck 8 on the back of the ship, went around to the front and back to the back of the ship. Deck 7 only has staterooms, so now we are going down to deck 6 to the boardwalk. Just be out with us. Now onto another part of the ship, boardwalk, which is another one of our favorite parts. We are on deck 6 in the back of the ship. And as you notice, I put my mask on and off, back and forth, because the rules are if you are inside on the indoor area, you're supposed to wear a mask, but once you go outdoors, you can take your mask off. And here you can see how the progression of how the carousels were being made, the little horse. It's really cool. You're not allowed to climb on this, but you can just watch. And I actually took a ride on one of these horses on the carousel. There's altar to tell your fortune. Little arcade section. Foosball. There's another complimentary restaurant, the Boardwalk Dog House here, where you can get some burgers and hot dogs.
So this boardwalk is themed all about carnival and carnival food, such as hot dogs and chips and all the sweets.
So the carousel rides are absolutely free and they are unlimited. The board games, as we mentioned before, in the arcade you have to pay for, and the credits translate 1 for 1. 1 credit for $1. There's Sugar Beach shop, candy shop, where you can get some candy, some ice cream. It is not complimentary, you do have to pay for that. And there is a Playmaker sports bar. And if you have unlimited package, drink package, you can get all the drinks you like here.
So on Sundays, you know, this area is slammed with Sunday football.
And here is Johnny Rockets restaurant. It is half complimentary, half you have to pay for. So the complimentary part is only breakfast. It is included in your sea pass. And to eat unlimited burgers and fries and milkshakes, it is $9.99 per person. Remember, guys, when we were on deck 16, we showed you the anglerfish with the ultimate abyss slide. That slide actually goes down 10 decks, and we're now on deck 6, or at the back of the ship, and this is where you end up sliding all the way down. It is super cool. You know, we're going to check it out later. Right now it is closed because we are still in port. And here on deck 6, there is also Aqua Theater. It's one of the really cool attractions that Oasis of the Seas has to offer. It is an aqua show. As I mentioned before, you have to make reservations for every show, and for a lot of the shows, especially a good one like this, the Aqua Show, it is very difficult to make reservations. So before you board your ship, be sure to make all of your reservations. And here you can see some rock climbing walls. And you can see the rooms of the balconies here on the side, so you can actually watch the show from your balcony. And also what's cool, on both sides of this Aqua Theater, there are balconies, and those are for aqua suites. And what's cool about that is that you don't even need to make reservations to watch any shows, and you can watch the show right from your aqua suite.
But of course, you are paying for that perk.
As we are walking on deck 6 towards the middle of the ship, I just wanted to talk to you about the limited capacity, also not only in shows, restaurants, but also in elevators. There is a maximum capacity of 6 people per each elevator. I guess sometimes guests don't comply and they just stop the elevator, but most of the time They try to keep it under 6 people. And also public restrooms have a limited capacity depending on the restroom. Of course, some bigger restrooms have a capacity only of 5 guests in the public restroom. And now we are exiting the area of the boardwalk. And again, we have to put the mask on. Here on the sliding doors, there are stickers for zones where you have to wear your mask. There are elevators on both sides, and the elevator shafts are really cool actually. And of course, there is always a shop, an area for booking the next groups while you're on the ship, and it is always, they give you more incentives, more credits, maybe even ship credit. There is a shore excursion area and the area where you can look at your photos if you have the photo package here on the cruise.
And also purchase your photos if you've taken any throughout the cruise.
The ship looks really new and modern. I love the decorations. And here, if we look over, we actually can see the Royal Promenade here from deck 6, which we're going to show you in a little bit. If you're enjoying this video, guys, don't forget to click like. And if you haven't seen our other video, we have published a video for Perfect Day at CocoCay, the entire tour of the island. And we highly recommend you to watch it and experience it if you have a chance. Right across, there is just another bar, Schooners. On deck 6, towards the front of the ship, there is also Vitality Spa and the fitness center. They show you some test treatments here, sample treatments. Cleaning station here, they have the Vitality Cafe, where you can get some fresh squeezed juice and smoothies. It is for an additional purchase, but if you have the package that includes the coffee, I believe it is included as well. You can purchase some products here. Here's the Vitality Salon. The check-in area, the fitness center is to the left. Here they do the body measurements. And usually on other ships that we've been to, the treadmill machines are actually facing the ocean, so as you're jogging you can see the ocean, but here the windows are really small. Here are some rooms where you can get private sessions with trainers and discuss your fitness goals. See, so here the windows are really small. Another thing that we noticed while sailing here on the Oasis of the Seas is that when you're dining in the main dining area, the waiters will bring out drinks from the bar and with some bar specials. So you don't even have to like go to the bar and get drinks, they will bring them for you at the table. And here's the cycling room class, fresh towels everywhere, sanitizing decks, stations, and here they have the fountain that is not available, so they block out some of the machines for social distancing. And again, here they have more treadmills with small windows. And there is another part of the Vitality Spa. This is just the waiting area, and further down they have treatment rooms. Here it is. So now we'll be heading to the deck below, which is going to be deck 5. And one of the signature decor pieces here is this car placed right in the middle of the promenade. A lot of people taking pictures of it, and there are also photographers helping you to pose and take pictures of you. Right next to it, there is a cafe promenade. It's actually a cafe with specialty coffees and teas, and they also have complimentary food. Right next to it, there is guest services.
So if you need any assistance with your card, losing your card, or any difficulties you may have while on the cruise, this is where you would go. And right across from that is the Rising Tide Bar. So the way this works, you enter through the entrance here, and this actually lifts, and it goes all the way up. It gets to the top. If you like, they pick up more guests, or you can get off at the top, or just stay on, and then it comes right back down. It's really cool. So it's kind of like a floating bar.
Mm-hmm. Right next to the guest services, there is a Regalia fine watch shop. If you're into watches, you can shop here, and it is duty-free. And here is Voom, the fastest internet at sea. We have the internet package here, and even though it is the fastest at sea, it is terribly slow, guys. And this is the port shopping desk, where you can ask any information and also purchase some jewelry here. And this is an amazing feature of the Royal Caribbean Oasis of the Sea. This is the Bionic Bar. You can actually order any type of drinks you would like. You can create your own drinks, you can order drinks, and this robot machines will mix any type of drinks for you just perfectly as you like it. And here is kind of like mirror boards. I'm not sure if you can see it, but actually once you order your drink, you can actually see your name and the current time wait. And I think there is somebody ordering a drink. Maybe we'll wait and show you guys.
So I think this gentleman over there, he's ordering a drink, and that's how you order it, from these tablets that are spread across this lounge area. It'll tell you on the board what drink is being made, how long it's taking, and here's the process of the drink. So once it adds, if it's a type of drink that contains 3 or 4 different alcohol, it'll tell you which alcohol it's actually pouring in and mixing. And this is the station of where you're going to pick it up. There it is. Mm-hmm. The order has been placed. The arm kicks in. And I will show you on the other side of the board what it looks like. So there it goes. It places the cup down. And there it's getting its first liquor. And as you can see on the board, it says now adding, and 3 parts Coke. And here's, I guess that's the soda machine. There's the 3 parts Coke. It just added. And it's really cool because some drinks, so I'm guessing he ordered a rum and Coke. Oh, that was just the Coke. Yep, that was just the Coke that was added. And now it's getting ready to add the rum, I'm assuming. No, maybe it was just a Coke he ordered. And then you actually come and you tap your card on these squares, and that's the way it releases the drink. Some drinks are shaken and some drinks are stirred, and the robot knows the difference between the two, which is really cool. And there it is. So he ordered the Lion. I think it's called the Lion he just ordered. Oh, that was today's most favorite drink.
And it's actually really cool because it washes the cup after pouring a drink. And
There you
see,
go.
it is pretty much the drink staying away from you. And once you tap your card, then only then you will get access to your drink. So this way nobody else touches your drinks and you know that you're getting exactly your drink. There are more shops here, but right now it's closed because again we are at port.
And again, just in case you're seeing this video at this point and you're wondering why the ship is so empty, it's because we are docked at St. Thomas and we decided to now take this opportunity not to go out, but to actually do this walkthrough for you guys.
And on top they have a place where they have the band. And evening time, when the band is playing, there is a lot of people right on the boardwalk here, right on the promenade, dancing and having fun as well. Here is the Sorrento's Pizza. It's actually also complimentary and included with your sea pass. And right across from it, there is a Globe
and Atlas.
A Globe and Atlas bar where you can get more drinks. A lounging area, and right adjacent to the Sorrento's Pizza, there is a New York style exhibition of workers.
And in this area here, they usually have sales. So when the stores have sales, 2 for 1, buy 1, get 1 free, they would put them all out for display here as they normally would. And there's also a shop area here too as well.
And there is a liquor store across and another Solera shop. There's another Royal Caribbean shop
where you can get Royal Caribbean merch. Hi, how are you?
And here you
Oh,
can
thank
get
you.
any type of specials for massage.
Massages.
And this is another bar area. Boleros.
So in Boleros, this seems to be the spot that's popping because last night there was a Latin band playing and there were people all out in this area, spilled out to this area. They were all out here dancing. And in here was the dance floor, so people were dancing.
Yeah.
There were people lounging, and of course...
And again, the floor, the dance floor is pretty small and the capacity is limited. So not even all the tables were full. So that's why people kind of just like stay here and dance. Here is Starbucks. Starbucks is never included in any of your drink packages. They also have just coffee package if you're coffee drinkers and you know that you like to drink coffee all the time. There is a package for coffee, but it's not Starbucks. Another cool feature of the Oasis of the Seas is the Spotlight Karaoke Bar. It is not included in your Sea Pass and you do have to pay extra for if you want to do karaoke.
And it was crowded in here last night as well. There were a lot of people standing outside looking in. I guess there was some type of game show or something happening here, and it was completely slammed.
And of course there is a bar. And here is one of the entrances to Royal Theater. Royal Theater has several floors. We are on 5, and you can also enter it from deck 4 as well.
And here is the headliner for today's event.
And this is it for deck 5. Now let's go down to deck 4. We are now on deck 4. As I mentioned before, the Royal Theater has 2 entrances from deck 4 and deck 5. And now we're going to walk through deck 4. Here on deck 4, there is a small bar. It's called a Blaze. It's gonna get really dark in there, but we're just gonna pop in quickly. There's like a dance floor here, night. Studio B is another amazing feature of the Oasis of the Seas because it is an ice skating ring, and they have an amazing ice skating show here. And we're going to walk through the Casino Royale really quickly. Are there any gamblers watching our videos? Let us know in the comments. If you have experienced the Oasis of the Seas before, let us know in the comments how did you like it. And this area for vaccinated guests only. Again, as I mentioned before, some areas segregated, but again, casino is for adults only, and all adults on the Oasis of the Seas are fully vaccinated.
And compared to other ships, this casino is massive.
This is actually the biggest ship we personally sailed on, and we really enjoyed. One of the unique features here that we noticed is that our room steward knows our names. It is really amazing. When we sailed before, the stewards didn't know our names and did not address us by our names, but this time our room steward all the time addresses us by our names. And this is the main dining room. The main dining room is open for breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and it actually takes up several floors: deck 5, deck 4, and deck 3. And another thing that we noticed about the dining here is, again, you have to make reservations even for main dining area, but we have our set specific table where we sit all the time in the dining area, and our waiter also knows our names. When we went dining the first time, he wrote our names down, and every time he addressed us by our names. Here on deck 4, in the front of the ship, you have another specialty dining, Izumi, Habachi, and Sushi. For the sushi, you have to pay a la carte, but for Habachi, it is a price per adult, and I will tell you the price right now. So if you'd like to experience Habachi, it is $45.99 per guest. And again, you do have to make reservations. There is only one part of this area that we missed on deck 4 is the art gallery, but let's make it to deck 3 right now. We're now on the 3rd deck at the back of the ship, and this is another entrance to the main dining area. And let's see if we can just walk through and take a look. Hello, can we just walk through?
Yeah, please.
Thank you. All right, as you enter, there is another bar that you can get drinks, and once you are seated, you will still have the option of getting drinks as well. What we noticed about the main dining area, the tables are pretty close together, but the reason is that on this floor in this dining area, all the guests are vaccinated. The service is really fast here in the main dining area, which is actually what we noticed different from the Norwegian that we sailed last time when we were dining sailing with the Norwegian on our previous ship. The dining service took a really long time for the food to come out. And you can see here there are all 3 floors of the main dining area. It's nice and clean. And this is it. So the main dining area takes up the entire back of the ship. And in the front of the ship of deck 3, there are just conference rooms.
And this concludes the walking tour of the Oasis of the Sea.
We truly enjoyed the ship and the entire experience here at Royal Caribbean. And our stateroom is surprisingly huge. Usually a stateroom is really small and you have just a little room to go around your bed, but this room we were really impressed by the size.
Yeah, we weren't even sure if that was our room when we walked in. We were like, whoa, this room is really big. I wonder if this is our room.
And if you want to see what our room looks like, just stay until the end of the video. We put the room tour at the end. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to click like and subscribe to our channel. It really helps our channel grow. And yes, we are sailing during the pandemic. And Devon, do you think is it worth it to go on a cruise during the pandemic?
Well, in generally cruising, I can't speak on that. But for this particular cruise, the Royal Caribbean, Oasis of the Sea, we feel totally safe here. Everyone is abiding by the rules. Everyone has their mask on when they're supposed to. When they're outdoors, there's no need for a mask. There are hand sanitizers everywhere. Just sitting where I am now, I can visually see about 5 or 6 stations for you to sanitize your hands. So definitely they're doing an amazing job, and I feel totally safe knowing that everyone on board is vaccinated. So
besides the kids, of course.
Right.
But again, they did a great job segregating shows and dining for people with unvaccinated kids. The only thing is I highly recommend to book all your show and make reservations before you board, because right now I found that it's pretty difficult to actually find reservations for shows. But we're enjoying the ship. The ship has so much to offer and we're having a great time, and highly recommend you to experience Oasis of the Seas as well. And as usual, I'm Irina.
And I'm Devon. And don't forget to
just be out with us.
As you can see when entering your room, with protocol, there is stickers outside every door that says it has been cleaned and ready to use. It's also magnetic, which is really cool. So you know once you go in there, your room is sanitized, it's ready for use. So I'm gonna take you on a little room tour. And this room is actually bigger than what we anticipated. Our last cruise, we had an interior room, which is what this is. And it didn't definitely have this area. It was just a room with a bed basically and a desk, but this also has a little center table, which is cool. Over here we have a desk with some drawers, a nice chair, mirror, and of course a TV. Here's a look from the other end. Really, it's a really big room. I didn't think it was going to be this big. We thought we were actually in the wrong room. But as you see, you got 2 lights over here. Here we have a closet. Our stuff is already in there. Slide this over. Here you have your safe. You have some compartments and cubby holes, and a larger area to put your suitcases, and some hangers. And let's see, I know normally you want to put your suitcase under the bed. Let's see if there's space. There is space under the bed, so you can put your suitcases under there, which is what we normally highly recommend. Here is the shower area. And again, decent size. Fresh towels, here's your sink. And areas to put your toiletries. And as it's open, it just slides. Really cool. Oh, it's funny because when I opened this initially, the door, I noticed that there was water droplets. I'm like, oh, someone was taking a shower a little while ago, but it's not. It's actually the pattern and the texture. See if I can zoom in here. That's actually the texture of the thing. It's engraved. It's like embedded into the plastic, which is really cool. So the shower always looks wet. Open it up so we can see what's in there. There's your typical shower head. And we have a light switch. It's probably on the outside. And stand-up shower. So yeah, that's it. What we also notice is that, for example, each room comes with a sanitizer. And if you forgot your mask or you might only have one, it also comes with face mask. Obviously there's 2 of us, so there's 2 face masks, which is really cool, and I'm sure will come in handy at one point.